the media really, the government really dictated a lot of what we saw in the news. And it was like a scoreboard every day. We would come home and from school and parents would sit down and watch TV, and you had your segment about the Vietnam War, but they always had a score. How many lives were lost? You know, the United States lost 27 men. South Vietnamese, they lost 120 men. Viet Cong, 400 men. And so it was like a score. So yeah, we're winning this war. As for a kid, growing up watching the news with my parents, they showed battles. I mean, they had a lot of embedded reporters. A lot of the anchormen that we see, or some of the top anchormen, they were actually embedded, and they would show the wars and what was going on. I get the feeling, looking back at it, a lot of that was filtered, though. I saw it in Life magazine. So now the media started the anti-war sentiment, and they really were fighting the government as far as getting the real horrors of this war to the American public. And as a kid, you're seeing that, and you're just going, "Oh my gosh!" You go, "Wow, Mommy, what happened to her? Why is she running around like this? And what's happening?" That was part of, I forget the name of that town.
My The My Lai massacre?
Yeah. Where, just guys were just, it was tough. It was messed up. I can remember at the end of the war, though, watching on TV, and, the people trying to get out of Saigon, and they were showing that, broadcasting that. And then the next big media thing after the end of the war was the release of the POWs, and seeing these guys. And I say that, so I'm not 12 then, but watching this and seeing these guys come off this plane looking, a lot of them like skeletons. John McCain, who's one of our senators from Arizona, and it was a presidential candidate, he was a POW in the war. And shows, they look back, they show old films of him when he was being greeted by his family, these old Vietnam vets coming off the planes. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff for a kid. I capture in mind some very graphic. There was another graphic image of a South Vietnamese officer shooting a man. And I remember that picture as a kid, and just, wow. I mean, that's, as a kid, that's like pretty shocking. And that media was out there. And that kind of, watching that on TV made people think, wow, this is weird, this is messed up. A lot of these guys are coming home and they're not the same. And like our neighbor next door, Bruce wasn't the same when he came home. He was different. We rarely saw him come out of the house at all. And, the moms didn't talk a whole lot about what was going on, but it took him a while. I mean, and then he went away. He went and never saw him again.